Hello everyone. Oh my gosh, look at that. I can see my shadow. The sun's in the west, so you guys are going to be able to see me walking after all, because my shadow's like right there. But I'll try not to film the ground so much. So anyways, it's just after 5 and just after 5 p.m. and the temperature right now is 16 degrees centigrade. I'm here in this Rexdale neighborhood just behind the plaza over there. It's basically Islington and Rexdale. Like just next to the 401, there's like a Walmart and there's a plaza, you know? But anyways, you can literally hike directly to my old house from here, or you can literally hike directly to St. Philip's and Weston Road from here, which I'm gonna do in today's vlog. Somebody still has their sprinkler on. It's getting kind of cold for sprinklers. I mean, it's already fall, and it's the last day of September, September 30th. Not to mention it's Friday, TGIF. And I can see the trees are already, the leaves are already changing colors on the trees over there. You know, since last Thursday, it's been, since the first day of fall, it's been feeling really chilly. It's been feeling chilly, as you know, since the first day of fall. I know I talked about this before. Anyways, here comes an airplane. And I wonder what airline it is. I wonder if I can see the airline from here. It's an Air Canada. You can tell by the leaf at the end. The leaf on the tail wing. I wonder what's up there. Oh, it's a school. There's a school up there. So hopefully the hike won't be that long. And I can't see my shadow anymore. I think the sun went behind the clouds. Well, sort of. Oh, it's coming back. It disappeared and now it came back. So I've never entered the hiking trail from here before. Well, mind you, there's many entrances that I've never hiked, entered in before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the entrance to the Humber River recreational trail. I've never. Whoa! Look at all those flies. You know, I never discovered. Well, I mean, I already know it existed, but I never entered through here before. I don't just get curious for exploring the hike trail, but also by discovering the entrances. I can hear a plane nearby, but I could see it for just a sec, but there's no way I can see the name of the airline. There's no way I can see it behind those trees. I'm trying to look for the airline, but there's no hope, right? You can't see the name of the airline behind all those trees. It's just impossible. You might be able to see, at least I was able to see the plane. What is that? Ew, was somebody brushing their dog or what? Yeah, that's disgusting. There's even more of that there too. I don't know what goes on. Well, judging by the cement, I think this entrance is like, this path is mostly for cyclists. I mean, I can only imagine cyclists coming in through here. Oh, I can hear another plane. Oh, I see it. I see the plane. But where? Oh, dang, it's going behind the trees again. Well, even if there were no trees here, I don't think I could see the airline because the plane is too high up, right? In order to see the airline, the plane has to be fairly low. There's no way you can see the name of the airline from that high. See, look, the leaves, some of the leaves are already turning yellow. See this here? So you could see it still has some green spots to it. Okay, it's mostly yellow, but this is basically the green that's being worn off. You know, immediately when fall starts, the trees and the plants stop making chlorophyll. Now, chlorophyll is what keeps the leaves green. Like, the chlorophyll process just shuts down when fall starts. Because you see, the trees want to get rid of their leaves. Because in the wintertime, the leaves can't handle all the snow. Now, this one is still green, but you can still see some yellowish color to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that it's starting to turn yellow. Okay, I better get a move on. Wow, this is the sound you hear. What you hear this sound like 24/7 in this neck of the woods. The sound of the plane coming. Better get out of the way. There's somebody coming with, I don't even know what that thing is. I mean, I've seen those before, but I just don't know what they are. What this guy's riding on. It's a very nice evening. It's sunny. And I actually decided to hike from the Woodbine Mall area directly to Humber College. And I decided I'm already loving this park. Well, that park, because you know, nature is actually better looking. I get more attracted to nature when it's sunny. I mean, I like nature even when it's cloudy, but as I said in the Finch West video when I was walking along Finch Avenue West, when it's sunny, it really gives you the relaxing nature vibe. Yeah, that looks like a real forest, all right. Wow, I didn't know the entrance to the trail would be this long. I call this the path leading to the main trail, the recreational trail. And I just did not know it would be this long. You know, sometimes the walks or the hikes can be longer than you think. And not to mention, everything tends to be more expensive than you think. Like, for example, one time I went to Baskin Robbins. I went to Baskin Robbins on November 4th, 2020, and I had to pay $10 fucking for a cone. Can you believe how ridiculous that is? Like when they say, oh, it costs $10 just for one cone at Baskin Robbins, I'm like, holy shit, really? $10 for one ice cream cone? That is ridiculous. Like, you think it's not worth that much money, but it is, you know? I don't think it'll cost $10 to buy ice cream from the ice cream truck. And same with eating out, okay? The average price that it costs to eat at a fast food restaurant is $10. $10, $11. Like, one time I went to Jumbo Burgers. There's this restaurant on Dundas and Runnymede called Jumbo Burgers. I went there and I had to pay $7 just for one burger. Can you believe how ridiculous that sounds? Really? $7? I don't think it's worth that much. Okay, and now I'm back to the main recreational trail. Now, very recently, I decided to try Barburrito, which is a Mexican chain. It's like Chipotle. These are the two Mexican chains, and they're both very good. I definitely eat at Chipotle again, and I definitely eat at Barburrito again. But the problem is, when I ordered myself some lunch at Barburrito, I had to pay $19 for it. And it's so annoying when you have to pay more money than you think it's worth, right? Like, you think it's not worth that much money. No, it costs more than you think. Like, $19 for a full meal. I mean, to be fair, I can sort of see that, because by the time I walked out of that restaurant, I was really full. My stomach was so full, I couldn't eat anything else. Like, the food was quite a lot. It's not like eating one McDonald's hamburger, then you're done. No, it's kind of like a feast. So I can sort of see that, but still, just don't like how everything is so pricey these days. Maybe I'm tempted to go in here. Maybe I can see if an airplane is coming. Oh, there it is. I can see an airplane. And it's low, fairly low, but I can't see the airline. Ah, shoot. But at least I get to be close to the Humber River. Wow, look at that. Look how smoothly the river's flowing. Wow. Yeah, and also, whenever I eat at a cultural restaurant, like for example, Chipotle, Barburrito, they're Mexican chains. But whenever I go to these places, I'm always getting served by Mexican workers. Now, I'm not trying to be racist when I say this, but a couple times I ate at Taco Bell, and I believe both locations that I went to, I was served by a Mexican clerk. And yeah, whenever you go to those places like Chipotle or Barburrito, those Mexican chains, like, you always like think to yourself, well, how come the workers have to be Mexican? Yes, it's a Mexican restaurant, but it's just the food. And not to mention, those two places, they're chains. Same with Taco Bell, it's also a chain. And I don't know how they hire Mexican workers strictly, how they strictly do that. Because what are you gonna do? What do they do? Like, chase everyone down the street, run around the street looking for somebody who looks Mexican, and go up to them and say, "Hey, are you Mexican? We need you to work at Chipotle, Barburrito, or Taco Bell." I just don't know how they do that. How those places are chains, and they basically hire people whose nationality fit the culture. It's just a curiosity I've had. Same, like, I'm gonna say this again, I'm not trying to be racist, but and like, for example, if I went to a Japanese restaurant, there's no doubt I'd be served by a Japanese clerk. Or if I went to an Indian restaurant, I have no doubt I'd be served by an Indian worker, right? I mean, it's kind of neat at the same time how a chain restaurant can strictly hire people whose nationality fit the cultures. So, yeah, I mean, I find it quite neat, too. But anyways, I can smell sewage from here. Well, sort of. Okay, now I can really smell it. Yeah. And I can see the 401 bridge from here. Now, if I haven't already said, I was riding my bike along here before. The two times when I rode my bike along here were December 4th, 2021 and April 30th, 2022. Another airplane, but I'm standing right underneath the airplane and I can't see the airline. But it's blue. I can see the color blue. See, the only reason why I didn't see the airline, not because there were too many trees in the way, and not because the plane was too high, but because it was flying directly over my head. Now, here's how I like to think of this city. When you go just north of the 401, you end up in North Etobicoke, well, or North Toronto, like whichever borough you're in. Like if you're west of the Humber River, you're in Etobicoke, right? Hey, I can hear the sound of crickets. So since I'm still north of I'm on the west side of the Humber River, and I'm north of the 401. I like to think of this as North Etobicoke. Now, Central Etobicoke would be the west side of the Humber River between the 401 and Bloor Street. And south of Bloor Street, I consider it South Etobicoke. So just think of it that way. Of course, I may not be fully accurate, but everybody has their own opinions, and I don't even know if it's really considered all that, but that's how I like to think of it. I like to think of it that the 401 divides North and South Toronto, not just Etobicoke, but York, Borough, Scarborough, you know. Now, I do say that I find nature more relaxing, more of a relaxing vibe when it's sunny, but I mean, it's relaxing when it's sunny, like fall, the season fall, for example. When it's sunny in the fall and all those leaves are orange and yellow, then yeah, I take the moment to relax, I embrace nature. But when it's cloudy and all the trees are like yellow and orange, then it's actually fun. And I like to think of it because I can always picture those cloudy fall days going to a pumpkin fest, or, you know, celebrating Halloween or Thanksgiving or whatever. Like, a lot of children tend to play outside in the fall. In fact, I think fall is basically classic when it's cloudy. I call it the classic fall when it's, you know, when it's cloudy. And I've also noticed that Halloween, it usually rains on Halloween too. You know, I know it rained in 2018, 2019, and 2020. Wait, did I say 20? No, it didn't rain in Halloween 2020, no. But it did rain on Halloween 2018 and 2019, and I remember going trick-or-treating on Halloween in 2019, and it was pouring rain. And the way I would do it is my mom would drive me, but my mom would not stand outside and wait for me to, you know, go to each door, knocking on their door, asking for candy. But my mom would basically just sit in her car, and whenever it's time for me to move on, I basically just go in the car for like 30 seconds, then my mom would drive me to the next house. Hey, you know what? You know one thing I like about this underbridge? You can barely hear the highway. I find like this underbridge is so... What the fuck was that? I don't like the sound of that. It makes me nervous. Well, whatever, but you can actually hear the highway less under the bridge. They must use something that really muffle out the sounds. But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, I kind of do find rain normal for Halloween because it gives you the Halloween vibe. Like, somehow I could picture rain being a theme for Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sort of remember watching Halloween movies or watching Halloween shows, Halloween episodes in certain shows where it rained. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe rain is supposed to be scary. That's what I used to think of it. I do remember it was sunny in Halloween 2016, 17, and 2020, and I think 2021, I don't remember. Actually, I think it was sunny in Halloween 2021. Yeah, it was. And now I'm no longer in North Etobicoke because I just walked under the 401. And whoa, look at that spider web there. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Now that's what I call the original version of a spider web. Now spider webs, that's part of Halloween. Without a doubt. Oh, there's another plane. Can I see the airline? Ah, the sun's in the way. The stupid sun is in the way. I can't, preventing me from seeing the airplane. Now, today is what they call Truth and Reconciliation Day. I don't exactly know what it's about, but technically you're supposed to wear an orange shirt today. I did not. But I think Truth and Reconciliation is about those people who lost their lives in residential schools. Because back in the day, you see, residential schools, they didn't end until 1996. I mean, I thought residential schools ended in the 60s or whatnot, but no. And here's the thing, with residential schools, it was not a good experience because, and here's how people lost their lives. Because, you see, children would be severely punished if they spoke their own language. As appalling as it is, that is true. So people were treated unfairly, and I think some examples of severe punishments would include forcing you to sleep standing up, or forcing you to put your head in the toilet bowl, or, you know what I'm saying? Or being forced to go without food or water for 10 days, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of sad to hear about all this stuff, but I was not around when residential schools existed, so I'm really glad I wasn't around at the time. I've learned all about residential schools in history class. And I feel that's racist or discrimination to severely punish a student just for speaking their own language. I mean, I kind of think... Here, what will happen if I go in there? I think what what happened was they wanted to get children out of their own heritage. Like they want children to be on the same boat as everyone else. And I mean it as an expression. They want to train children to learn how to speak the language that that they're required to, and go by the same heritage that they're required to. So that's probably why. But yeah, it's so appalling. And it sounds so racist and discriminating to hear all about that. I can hear traffic from here. Now this is the path that I get back on, like after I get off the trail at St. Philip's and Weston Road. So, you know, in the video where I was walking the dog between Lawrence and Weston Road, like I was walking the dog from Lawrence Avenue West towards St. Philip's and Weston Road. The walk wasn't as long as I thought, but anyways, sorry, got something in my throat here. See, the walk was, you see, you cannot hike directly to Humber College, my old house, or even Islington and Rexdale from my current home. No, you have to go out on the streets to where Weston Road is, where the superstore is, which I'm about to approach, and then you come in here, okay? I'm about to leave the trail now, but this is where I got the path back. It's an interchangeable trail. I think they did that because of the golf course. Holy shit, there's dust all over the place. Oh my god, dust is so bad for my health. Well, I think I'm gonna go this way anyways. It's kind of like on the subway. You see, let's say I want to take the subway from Royal York towards Eglinton West Station. I have to change the trains at St. George in order to... Holy shit, why does that thing have to be so loud? The fact that I cannot hike directly to Humber College or my old house from my current home. Yeah, guys, I'm plugging my ears right now, as you can tell by the shadow. I'm very sensitive to loud noises because of my autism. But anyways, yeah, it's like if you're taking the Line 1 subway, you have to change the trains in order to get to the stations on Line 1. Because otherwise it's not going to take you there. God, I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. And there is the Superstore. And I can see a 989 bus. I know you guys couldn't see it, but I can see it. I can see from far away. I think I'm farsighted. But yeah, I could tell it was a 989 Western Express. So anyways, I think I'm gonna end my video right around here. I used to go to that Superstore all the time with my mom. But anyways, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, you know what to do. And I'll see you again later. This is Cardell Avenue, by the way. All right, bye-bye.